I don't think Creepshow Art was like the original source at all.
Hi, beautiful people. Welcome back. Hope everybody is doing fantastic wherever you are in this world. Gosh, can you believe we are already at Wednesday? It's like, oh my goodness, these weeks are going by so fast. Not that I mind, I can't wait. I cannot wait until September reaches so my son can be closer and my life would be complete, absolutely complete. So you guys, hope everybody is doing well. Please don't forget to like, subscribe, and the notification bell so you'll be notified each time I upload. I can easily say I am officially on summer vacation with my kids. I think I've given them all they need to have to keep them occupied for the summer, and things have been going smooth so far, and I'm hoping everything stays that way. We came to the decision because I completely feel there's a certain age kids need cell phones. So because my two younger kids will be at the same middle school, and it's going to be quite a challenge for me because my daughter that's in high school, she actually goes to a high school that's so far away. Not that I'm complaining, it's the best fit for her for what she wants to do after school. So it's going to be a hassle for me to pick her up in the afternoons and then be there in time to pick my younger ones up, because the distance from my house to her school takes me at least 50 minutes without traffic in the mornings to get her to school. So it's not that bad in the mornings. I can just drop the two younger ones at school first and then drop my high schooler off at school. But in the afternoons, it's going to be a bit of a hassle. So we thought it would be good for both of them to actually have cell phones. My daughter is 11 and my son is 13. So we told them that, okay, we will get your cell phones on one condition, is that we're going to download these apps and you're going to have to learn one language by the end of the summer. So that's the deal we've made with them this far. So we've given them until the end of June to come up with whatever language they decide to learn. They have until the end of June to know the basics. So I don't know, maybe some people will be upset about that, but that's just what works for me. So you guys, before we get into it, please don't take what I say as fact. Feel free to do your own research, come to your own conclusion. In today's video, I'm going to be discussing this whole episode with Creepshow Art. My heart truly goes out to those, her friends that are affected. In regard to emilyartful, it's like I bow down to her. For her to have gone through so much all these years, and for whatever she was going through, for all that to fall on deaf ears, I can't even imagine the trauma she was going through. It just goes to show how strong she is as an individual. Being tormented, harassed, bullied, all the worst synonyms you can find describing the situation. It is absolutely horrendous. But she is a strong, powerful woman in my eyes. And there's no second guessing that. So people were judging all Creepshow Art's friends like Tipster, Tamimi, Ready to Glare, all those people that were actually affiliated to her. And it's like, you know, I get it. You have to do your own research because they were close with Creepshow. So it's hard for them to fathom that their friend was allegedly doing all the shit. So obviously they had to take time. So who are we to say, oh, but you all should be talking, you all should be standing up against her? It's like people need time to comprehend stuff, to do their own research, to find out what's true and what's not true. And I watched Ready to Glare's video, and my goodness, I was actually driving to go run an errand. And I'm busy crying because I have been following Ready to Glare for some time, and she has been through so much. She didn't need this. And it's like, I just want to hug her. I truly just want to hug her. And I just want to say to all those that were associated, it's not your fault. I'm sorry. I am truly sorry, you guys, you had to go through this. It's so unfortunate. And at the end of the day, Shannon probably needs help. She truly probably needs help, because this is just not something any normal human being does or acts. Just my opinion. Now, as the days go by, you hear more people coming out, expressing their situations, expressing how they were affected, how they cannot believe that this person that actually befriended Shannon was this way. I mean, I'm stuttering, but I can imagine how hard it is to comprehend. It's like, you know, this person, but on the other end, this person is doing such shitty things. It's like, how do you wrap your mind around that? This should be a lesson for all of us. You know, you can't just trust anybody that you meet online. At the end of the day, let's just use this as a learning curve. You know, let's learn from this. And which leads me into this situation with Katie Joy without a crystal ball. It's so infuriating to know what these people are actually or have been through with Shannon that was directed towards them. They know that for a fact. But when you want to jump on a bandwagon and try vindicate yourself for the shitty things that you've done, I don't think it works that way. And if you are looking for allies, if people feel that you were wronged, how come nobody has come to your defense? Or nobody has spoken up for you, Katie Joy? All this to me just seems so calculated, in my opinion. Because like I've said before, everything that Creepshow Art has said about you, where's the lies? You keep saying it's lies, but point out the lies. And even when you were talking about this on your video, you said 2 of the videos were lies, but the other one you didn't say was lies.
And then you can see, like, without a crystal ball needs to stop. Her other video about me is over here, that she said that I was sending doxing and death threats, which is not true. There's another one, hacked, deplatformed, and doxed. Again, not true. And then false murder accusations, defamation, doxing, and more. So she has 4 total videos on me.
Now, please don't get me wrong, you guys. I'm not coming to Creepshow Art's defense at all. No way am I coming to her defense in any which way. All I'm saying is Katie Joy is so wrong, in my opinion. First, when all this unraveled, she decided to put all her hardships on Creepshow Art. It's like only after Creepshow Art did her videos did she started being harassed, being doxxed. But let me explain this to you, okay? Why is it one way for her, but it can't be another way for somebody else? And I'm talking about this whole doxing situation. She blamed her stalkers for doxing her, for putting her address, picture of a house, or all this crap on Reddit. But let's go back to when she was covering Josh Duggar. When the people that Josh Duggar's living with, that woman felt fearful for her life, seeing a car parked in her driveway 24/7. She had reason to be afraid, because that's something she's never witnessed on a daily basis. She knew what was going on. So in turn, Katie Joy turned the whole situation around and flipped it into a negative to say, oh, would that woman actually call authorities if he did do something wrong? But when she said somebody put a picture or address on Reddit of her house, did she not flip the fuck out? So why is it okay for you to flip out when people are posting shit about your residents, but it's a problem when this woman physically had somebody sitting on her property for what, 2 days? Physically sitting on her property. So she couldn't be afraid for her life and call authorities. And also, she's blaming Creepshow Art for her wanting to take her life or being in a not so good space. But just the other day, she was blaming her stalkers. Now, let's talk about the whole stalker situation. If you have a stalker, and as she said, she knows who these people are, why have you not gone the extra mile to actually do something about it? But in my opinion, what does Katie do? She goes and she follows these stalkers to see what these stalkers are up to. So you can't, in retrospect, be that afraid for your life. And as you said in your Instagram yesterday, your mental health is fine. You're not afraid because they just sending you all these messages to make you afraid. I truly have a serious issue with that. In my opinion, I would be off the fucking charts. If I know people are sending me messages like that, come hell or high water, I don't care who I have to go to, I'm gonna get results. Because that's something you cannot play around with or think. If it's true, if those emails are true, and you just taking it so lightly, in my opinion, that's a problem. Because if I was going through so much harassment and I knew people were stalking me, my mental health wouldn't be okay. As I've told you guys before, I had an issue of my daughter in middle school being sexually harassed. It went on for a long time. Not to say I let it go for a long time, but I just kept going back, until I'm like, no, fuck this. I went to the police station and I spoke to someone and they were like, oh, hell no. They told me exactly what to do. The next school day, call the police department up, tell them where you're at, tell them what's going on. And that's exactly what happened. The Monday morning came. I dropped my kids off at school, didn't want to let them know what's going on. Went down to the school, phoned the police department. And I promise you guys, they were there. And did I get results? Katie can't keep a story straight. First, it's her stalkers that drove her to do bad or try to do bad things to herself. Now it's Creepshow Art. So, which is it? And you guys, please don't get me wrong. I don't hate Katie Joy. I don't hate anybody. The only thing I hate is snakes, period. But what I don't like are people that are being ugly. And I'm not talking about physically ugly. I'm talking about being nasty. Because at the end of the day, I think the ugliest thing in a person is a person with no compassion. And this woman has no compassion. She wasn't thinking about anybody else. It's all about her. So whatever happens to somebody else, she has a story to back it up. I do remember when she was going through the lawsuit, okay, and she was talking about, I think it was like 3 different individuals, and she said they were stalking her. And I remember her saying somebody by the name of Tina. So if she knows this person is stalking her, why aren't you taking the relevant actions? She keeps going on, and this is again where she brings Creepshow Art into it. And I'm not calling out Tina. I don't know Tina. It's just what I heard and what stuck with me. And then she points out Creepshow Art, how Creepshow Art associated herself with these sources. Look, you guys, I associate myself with people on Twitter or online, they call out KJ's bullshit. So it doesn't mean that these people hate her, or I can't speak for them, but I choose to think more highly of them than to immediately go and say, oh, those people hate her, those people want to drag her down. No. The way I see it, they're calling her out for her bullshit. That's just what it is. If they choose to go and talk about what she looks like or certain that's on them. I can't tell the next person what to do, but I'm not going to engage in that. You get what I'm saying? And also, I was the one when I know somebody brought up her parents. I was like, no, don't do that. I wouldn't do that. But you also got to realize that Katie Joy is taunting these people. Katie Joy likes the attention. She thrives off this attention. Because in my mind and in my opinion, a person that has gone through so much, what Katie Joy has gone through, and when you are the common denominator in all the shit, I would really sit back and think about everything. And like I say, sit back, reflect, connect, move forward and grow. But no, she feels she needs to vindicate herself. She needs to come up against them. We don't know what happens behind closed doors. Nobody knows what happens behind closed doors in the next person's house but those people in the house. But we go off what we see. But KJ has this notion that she needs to always defend herself. You're coming up against a brick wall, KJ. What people have seen is what they're going to stick with. My heart truly goes out to those people that actually follow her. That, oh, you're such a great mother, you're such a good reporter, you are fantastic at your job. Don't stop doing what you're doing. I love what you do with the Duggars. It's like, okay, when are you going to find out that you are enabling her, in my opinion? Just yesterday, she was on an Instagram live. When she was talking about doing bad things to herself, somebody actually was sharing. And once again,
okay, listen, you guys, you're saying, well, my parent, I'm so sorry, Julie, that your mother committed suicide. But I'm speaking about my situation right now.
All I'm going to say to you, when you start an Instagram live or wherever you go on live, make it your disclaimer. This is about me, not anybody else. That's all you have to do. Because that's what happens when you have an audience. You're there to share. This person lost their mom. You don't have to act like, oh, fuck, here we go again. All you had to say from the beginning was, I am so sorry for your loss. That's all. But you had to show your true colors. You want to tell people what you've been through, how hard it was. In my opinion, at this point, when you're talking about your son, you putting your son in harm's way, in my opinion. Because if roles were reversed and I was in your situation, I would have been off that fucking internet and I would have been taking care of everything that needs to be taken care of and get hold of those people. That's exactly what a true parent would do. But you're looking at it like now, oh no, they're just trying to scare me. There are fucked up people in this world today, Katie. So don't take things lightly. But also on the other hand, maybe it's not true. I'm just saying. Talking my opinion. If you know you are a good mother, who cares about the next person, KJ? Who? There you on your Twitter this morning, bragging about how you put the bullet and you went and bought an above ground pool. Why? Trying to pacify people? Is it truly worth it? Are you expecting a pat on your back now? You sat there on your Instagram live and you bragged about how you get paid so well. Good for you. You're finally admitting it to it. Good for you. But at the end of the day, do you have to be such a shitty person to be able to make so much money? I don't think so. I truly don't think so. And let me correct you on one thing. You said last night, if you were working for a company and you were being bullied like this, and you were earning such good money, I would absolutely leave that job, because if I was good at my job, I would have no problem walking into another job with being paid just as well, because you know your shit. So leave the negativity behind, leave those miserable people behind. Let me move on to my next gig, because Katie Joy, you know for a fact, if you gotta leave YouTube, you're not gonna make half of what you make on YouTube. So if it takes by you being such a shitty person to earn money, hope you sleep well at night. I truly hope you sleep well at night, because at the end of the day, money is not everything. It can make you comfortable, but it's not going to give you peace of mind. You are doubling down on you did not call Sophie Long a brat. You went to her mom and her mom gave you forgiveness. But why did you go onto Critical K's channel for her to second you on your thoughts about her being a brat? And remember all the actions you were doing, which was fucking hilarious.
I remember seeing that video, and I remember thinking the way that the girl was acting in the beginning, where she was like shaking her head, I was like, is she acting? It didn't seem authentic in that part. I was like, it's like a movie. Like, 'cause she was like, no, and then she's like running away and coming back, and I was like, this doesn't seem real. And then I did a live stream on my vlogs channel, which I'm on right now. And I was talking about how I'm a mom. I have an almost 8-year-old. And we were talking about how kids can get a little bit bratty when they don't get their way and they don't get what they want.
Of course they can.
Yeah. And so now I'm like, everyone's like, you called Sophie a brat. And I'm like, can kids not get bratty? And what I noticed was with her language, it was way too mature for her age. It sounded like words that she had been spoon-fed by an adult.
Yes.
Like, it's my body. I have my own, too mature for her age. It's my body. I have my own, rights. And the way that she was describing things, and then she would say, I don't want mommy.
A child is always supposed to be believed, whether the evidence is there or not. Not now, this justifies you because it was found out late on down the line that she was coached. No. You have the audacity to sit on your channel and complain to people and feel sorry for yourself on how you're getting all these messages. People are calling you a bitch and a see you next Tuesday. You didn't have a problem when your husband was on your channel calling people see you next Tuesday. That is absolutely fucked up. Number one. Number two, you never have a problem sitting on your channel calling Emily D. Baker that bitch. It's okay for you and your husband to do shit like that, but it's not okay for you to be called those names. It's like, if you can give it, you should be able to receive it. And at the end of the day, who fucking cares? If you know you're not that person, who cares? Why are you looking for sympathy? You a grown ass woman. Put your big girl panties on and keep it moving, because this is actually becoming so embarrassing. Nobody wants to deal with you, in my opinion. I don't see anybody standing up for you. Look at what Emily Artful has said about you. You went online to give her a $19.99 super chat. You're earning so much money, couldn't you give her $100 super chat? Come on. Come on. Didn't you expect something in return? Didn't you want to be noticed? Let's take a look at what she said on her Twitter about you, Katie. So you guys, on Twitter, somebody actually reached out to Emily and they said, don't let WOACB, aka KJ, anywhere near you. I don't know you nor your story, but I do know, KJ, you need to run. I'm just ignoring her at this point. I knew about the rotten stuff she did not long before this, so I'm just pretending she doesn't exist. I hope she can find a path to a better life, but this ain't it, sis. Now, do you think KJ is going to take well to that? I definitely don't think. Thank you, Mama. I definitely, absolutely do not think KJ is going to take well to that. And KJ just seems to be on a train where she's inserting herself into everybody's drama. Trisha Paytas and Ethan Klein. I was watching a live stream of EKCPEOPLESUCK, and she was reading Facebook posts or where KJ was a part of discussing the Critical K lawsuit. And it's like, where do you have enough time in the day to be involved in all these things? I mean, it takes time. It truly takes time, you guys. So where do you have all this time? I mean, you can be investing this time in your home, in your family, just my opinion of what I've observed. But at the end of the day, it's like, you know, when you can see nobody's coming to your defense, that's a sign. That truly is a sign. And I truly just wish and hope, and if you people say to me, oh, she don't listen to the, oh, she listens to these videos. Trust me, she listens to these videos. She just wants to know what people are saying about her. And for all, when she wants to put it out there to her fans or her stands or whatever the fuck you call them, that so many people hate her. They don't hate her. They are just there to call out her bullshit, helping you guys that do stand for her. KJ is milking this whole Josh Duggar situation. So if you go back and you watch these videos, so many of these videos are so repetitive. You guys need to start actually using critical thinking. And I'm talking about her stands. They truly do. If you want to help KJ, go on and actually call her out on her bullshit. Because at the end of the day, look what happens when people call her out on her bullshit. Because in Katie's mind, she does no wrong. She can do no wrong. She sits on her Instagram live and says, you know what, she does so much reading so she doesn't come and sound like a dumbass to you guys. You can do all the reading in the world. It's not the same thing for everybody, you guys. All I'm saying is, Katie, take a step back. Do your videos. It's at the end of the day, I don't think this is working for you anymore. Even the negative attention is not working for you anymore. People are not interested in you anymore. Just separate yourself from the lives. Go ahead, keep doing your 4 videos a day. Make your coin. You can't be going online looking for sympathy, making people feel shit about themselves because they don't agree with you. That's just what a shitty person does, Katie. If you go and you leave all these lives out, you'll still be making your coin, Katie. It's like, think about it. Think about your kid. If you saying you're getting all these nasty emails, think about him. Go on a low for now. See if that helps any. Because your stories are so conflicting. First, the FBI doesn't want to do anything, then the FBI is helping. It's like your stories just don't add up. Creepshow Art was the one that made you want to take your life. Then it's these stalkers that make you want to take your life. It's like, which story is it? You throw so much at the wall, but nothing is sticky. And once again, I don't hate you, Katie. I mean, I don't know you to hate you. I don't hate anybody. But at the end of the day, it's becoming, well, it has been embarrassing for a long time. But the more you do this, you're giving those stalkers ammo. So it's like, I don't even blame, as you say, your stalkers, because you're giving them what they want. You're giving them the material. You liking this, as far as I can see it, in my opinion. So you got to look at it every different way. Because if you were that afraid for your life, you would go quiet for a bit. But you can't seem to do that. So you guys, I think that's it for me. And as I say, this is just my opinion, what I observed, and I don't think it's fair that now, because Creepshow Art is under the microscope and under so much heat, does she need to insert herself? Because it just don't make sense. It's like, how can one person be looking for so much attention? We grown. She's a grown ass woman. It's like things like that you keep off camera. You talk about things like this with your family, your friends, and clearly, in my opinion, and as she did say, she has no friends. So her only friends are internet friends. But anyway, you guys, thank you so much for watching. I truly appreciate you guys. Hope you guys have a fantastic rest of your week. Please be kind to one another, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye, guys.